From furnace to palace. King Nebuchadnezzar required proof of his government officials' loyalty. He made them worship a golden statue. At the end time, the civil governments will also impose religious duties. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were faithful subjects of the king. However, they could not disobey God. They decided to remain faithful to God and their faith, even if they'd be killed for that. The worship image, the death decree, the test of fire, the liberation, faith that overcomes. The worship image. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits and its width 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. Nimrod founded Babylon with the intention of building a long-lasting name and kingdom. Daniel bare witness of God before Nebuchadnezzar, but the king's pride didn't let him accept that his golden kingdom would give way to a different silver kingdom. Therefore, he built a golden statue to proclaim that his kingdom would be everlasting. Its dimensions were not based in perfection, but in the Babylon system, sexagesimal 60. The image that will be created at the end time will also be related with the number 666. The death decree. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There was an atmosphere of worship. The worshipping crowd bowed down before the magnificent statue, while melodious instrumental music was playing. Why not go with the flow? Why not compromise just once? Why not avoid death for such an insignificant matter? We're constantly being encouraged to compromise, to adopt a new lifestyle, new ideologies, in short, to abandon our commitment to God. If we compromise in calm moments, how could we remain faithful when we face a death sentence if we don't worship the way we're told? The test of fire. If that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. He will deliver us from your hand, O King. But if not, let it be known to you, O King, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. The behavior of the young men could be gone unnoticed, but their enemies spitefully accused them. The accusation was this: although they had built trust before the king, they actually didn't serve his gods, nor obeying his order to worship the statue. The king was magnanimous and gave them a second chance, a second temptation for them. Could any god save you from death? For God is able. Could any god save you from death? For God is able. They weren't completely sure God would deliver them, but they remained faithful to him. The liberation. Look, he answered. I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. Jesus appeared several times as a human to encourage his children. However, the believers have not always been encouraged or delivered. He appeared to Abraham before destroying Sodom. He appeared to Jacob in his time of trouble. He appeared to Joshua before conquering Jericho. He appeared to the 3 men in the fiery furnace. Isaiah was sown. Zechariah died by the altar. John the Baptist died in prison. James was beheaded. No matter our time of trouble, Jesus will give us victory eventually if we remain faithful to him. Faith that overcomes. For whatever is born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith. What's the secret of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's faith? True faith depends on the quality of our relationship with God and our trust in Him. That's a faith that doesn't try to adjust God's will to our lives, but subdues ourselves to do God's will. Faith involves doing the right thing no matter the consequences. We show real faith when we pray to the Lord for what we want but trust Him to do what's best for us, even if we don't understand it. The season of distress before God's people will call for a faith that will not falter. His children must make it manifest that He is the only object of their worship, and that no consideration, not even that of life itself, can induce them to make the least concession to false worship. To the loyal heart, the commands of sinful, finite men will sink into insignificance beside the word of the eternal God. Truth will be obeyed, though the result be imprisonment or exile or death. As in the days of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, so in the closing period of Earth's history, the Lord will work mightily in behalf of those who stand steadfastly for the right. He who walked with the Hebrew worthies in the fiery furnace will be with his followers wherever they are. His abiding presence will comfort and sustain in the midst of the time of trouble. Trouble such as has not been since there was a nation. His chosen ones will stand unmoved. Satan with all the hosts of evil cannot destroy the weakest of God's saints. Angels that excel in strength will protect them, and in their behalf Jehovah will reveal Himself as a God of gods, able to save to the utmost those who have put their trust in Him.